My wife had a white moonlight crush she'd loved for 5 years. The night before our wedding, they hugged at a singles party, said it was to make sure their youth had no regrets. I immediately called off the marriage. She didn't understand, crying. It was just one dinner. Why are you doing this? I said, if you're that hung up on your youth, then I wish you both well. You're free now. The wedding's tomorrow. I double-checked the schedule. All petals must be roses, no lilies or gentians. Jessica's allergic. Custom insoles for the heels, leave a spare in the car. Jessica will be standing at the receiving line for hours, and I don't want her feet to hurt. Is the cupcake ready? I heard brides often don't eat all day. I want her to have something while she's getting her makeup done. Is it real dairy? Non-dairy cream upsets her stomach. After getting affirmative answers to everything, I let out a heavy sigh. I shut the door, lay on the bed, listened to the laughter outside, stared at the paper double happiness pasted on the window, and felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. Tomorrow I'm getting married. What's Jessica doing right now? I pulled out my phone and sent her a WeChat. No reply. Scrolling through moments, I saw her friend upload a 9 grid of selfies. Sis gets married tomorrow. One last wild night. No regrets. The first date were Jessica goofing around with her bridesmaids. I smiled, thinking, she's still out partying tomorrow when I carry her out. She might not even be awake. I swiped to the last photo and the world went black. Like a hammer to the back of my head. I couldn't breathe. It was a close, intimate shot. Jessica leaning back, one hand on the table, eyes half closed, lips parted. Less than an inch from the tip of her nose was a man's profile. They were staring at each other with that same deep look. Their breaths mingled. Their mouths were barely an inch apart. Underneath, the man's arms were wrapped tightly around Jessica's waist. The red lighting made everything tastefully sleazy, like a promo poster for some melodramatic city romance. I'd never seen that man before, but I knew who he was. Jason Smith, Jessica Miller's 5-year white moonlight. From high school into college, during confession sessions, we traded our romantic histories. Jessica only ever said she'd been chasing a senior for a long time and glossed over the details. I didn't think much of it, just young infatuation. Now that photo hit me like a bullet through the chest. Pain knotted through my heart. Jessica's face twisted in my mind. My palm burned. I realized the metal edge of my phone case had cut my skin without me noticing. I snapped out of it. The moment's post had been deleted. I called Jessica, no answer. I called the friend and cut to the chase. Where are you guys? She hesitated, clearly guilty. We're eating. I said, give me the address. I added, is that guy still there? Silence. Then I heard Jessica's voice. You're drunk! Who are you calling? Work stuff, the friend whispered. Then pleaded that her phone was dying and she couldn't talk. 10,000, I said. What are you doing? Who do you think I am? 30,000, plus all information on that man. And you can't say it came from me. I agreed. My phone started blowing up notifications from Jessica's alternate Weibo. I opened her page. She posted everything: what she ate, where she went, what she read, and under each post, Jason left a comment. It's cold, knitted a scarf for my love. Jason. Scarf received, but she's at home. I can't pick it up. Jessica. Fine. Don't want it then. It was the blue scarf she'd given me for my birthday last year. She'd said she'd knitted it for 2 months and I'd been touched. I checked the tag by my name and found crooked, unfinished stitches. Jason's work, I could tell. At the time, I'd assumed she was just not skilled. So Jason didn't want it. And then it ended up with me. Jessica, went to the temple to pray today. May Buddha bless us. What did you wish for? Tell me. Jessica, whatever you want most. Jason, go to the Sahara to see the stars? Smart reward you with a kiss. The memory flashed me back to our 3rd anniversary at a temple. I wrote a wish that I would love the girl standing beside me and asked whatever gods there were to be my witness. She'd written she wanted to go to the Sahara with the one she loved to watch the stars. I'd invited her many times. She always said she was tired. Turns out she wasn't unwilling, she just thought I wasn't worthy. On Valentine's Day 2021, I was quarantined in a hotel and couldn't be with her. She was furious for days. I soothed her for a week. Then I found her post from that day. A mirror-kissing selfie of her and Jason. The background was our bedroom. Caption, love throws itself in. Fuck. More updates followed. Jessica and Jason wrapped in each other's arms. Captioned, Say goodbye to the stars of youth, Jason commented. Hope he treats you well. Meanwhile, Jessica's main account still hung our wedding photo like nothing had happened. My whole body trembled with anger. I wanted to kill those two. Then, as if remembering she had a husband, Jessica sent a voice message. I just woke up. The lazy tone was rehearsed. I don't even want to count how many times she's lied like that. I said, there's something I want to discuss. What? She asked. My first love heard we were getting married and asked to meet for dinner. Just dinner, 30 minutes to catch up. Can I go? Go! If you dare go, then don't come back. Her voice shot up. If you go today, I'll file for divorce tomorrow. Don't pretend to live this life. Go find your first love. So she knows it's wrong, yet only when it's me, it's unforgivable. I typed, I won't go. What about you if your white moonlight asked you, would you go? After a long pause, she replied, what are you talking about? Of course not. We haven't seen each other in years. I barely remember what he looks like. Is that so? Can someone you've pined for day and night really be forgotten? Then let me help you remember. So this is where you've been hiding. My childhood friend pushed open the door. Come eat, man. The whole table's waiting on you, groom-to-be. I looked up, ready to tell him to go ahead without me, when I saw his face twist. Shit, what happened to you? Your eyes are bloodshot! I glanced at my phone screen. My face was swollen with blood, veins bulging across my forehead. I'm not going, I said, voice shaking uncontrollably. I couldn't control myself. The others, drawn by his shout, crowded around asking what was wrong. I waved them off. Let me be alone. Close the door and say I fell asleep. And don't tell my parents. These were brothers I'd grown up naked with. They knew me well. They obeyed. As the door clicked shut, the grief crashed down like a flood, drowning me. My heart tore itself apart. Memories replayed in flashes like a film reel. So you'd been playing me all along. So my trust was your toy. So in every moment of love, you were hiding someone else's shadow. I lay there like a corpse, empty, until the sky outside turned pale. Only then did I regain a shred of strength. The wedding photo on my nightstand reminded me, today is my big day. Its red frame seared my eyes. I slapped the picture frame across the room, got out of bed, and stumbled toward the bathroom. When I opened the door, my friends were sitting in a circle outside. They hadn't slept all night, keeping watch. When they saw me, their eyes filled with concern. Luke, man, what's going on? Just tell us. One spoke carefully. We're brothers who've been together since diapers. Whatever it is, we'll handle it with you. Yeah, is it money? Another said, how much do you need? I've got over 20 grand saved up for a graphics card, but if you need it, it's yours. No in price. Their earnest faces left me speechless. I pulled out my phone and tossed it to them. Here, see for yourselves. 10 minutes later, they stared at each other in shock, muttering, shit. One finally asked, so, what are you gonna do? They wanted to advise me, but held back from my pride. They'd always told me before to be patient with Jessica, to coax her. Now they probably wanted to tell me to leave her, but could only wait for my answer. What do you think? I sneered, grabbing a beer from the fridge. I chugged it, the icy liquid flooding my body, clearing my head. Of course I'll deal with them. Hell yeah! Screw those two! My brothers jumped up. Too damn shameless. It was 5 a.m., less than an hour before the wedding. An hour, plenty of time to do a lot. I downloaded all the videos, edited them, notified the hotel to change the program, and called in a few local influencers to live stream. Then came a little twist. Just before I left, Jessica's parents called, asking me to bring more red envelopes. Said too many relatives would be blocking the door and a couple grand wouldn't cut it. They'd bragged to the family that their son-in-law was loaded and generous. Perfect. I wanted them to save face. The tacky door-blocking rituals I'll skip over. Jessica and I stood at the hotel entrance, greeting guests. Most had already arrived. She chattered non-stop, complaining her feet hurt and whining that she hadn't eaten all day. Can't you endure for once? I asked. She froze, maybe because I'd never spoken to her like that. Her eyes reddened instantly. She clutched my hand. What do you mean by that? I pulled free just as Jason walked up, his fake smile plastered on, eyebrows cocked. Jessica returned a wounded look, as if accusing me. I watched their silent flirting. Jessica, you look stunning today, Jason said, leaning in for a hug. One hand posed politely above her shoulder. The other slid beneath her dress and pinched her thigh. Jessica cooed. Long time no see, senior, giving him that playful glare. Disgusting. Even now they were flirting. I pretended not to notice, checked my phone. A message from my buddy. Jason's fiancé and his boss were on their way. Turns out this pretty boy lived off women. His job came from his future father-in-law. His fiancé's dad is bringing a gang of 8 or 9 guys to break his legs. My buddy wrote, "Good show coming." Jessica's mentioned you, handsome guy, Jason said, extending a hand to me. I shook it, asking Jessica, "Who's this?" She flushed. "That senior I told you about. You don't mind, do you?" "Oh." I feigned sudden realization. Jason chuckled. "What are you thinking, Jessica? No real man would mind something like this. So you liked me once kid stuff, fooling around. Chen won't care, right?" he added. I smiled, gripping his slimy hand. Of course not. The deafening music poured down, crystal lights scattering across the hall. I stood on stage like a puppet, staring blankly. "Now, let's welcome the bride," the MC bellowed. The doors opened wide. Amid thunderous applause, Jessica in her wedding gown walked slowly to the stage. At this point, the bride's father is supposed to place her hand in the groom's, symbolizing entrusting her for life. Entrust my ass. I cursed silently. This was nothing but dumping his trash in my lap. "I'm so glad everyone's here for my daughter's wedding," her father said, leading Jessica forward. "Since she was little, I always taught her, even if grades weren't great, she must learn to be a good person." "I heard you're strict at home," the MC cut in. "That's right," her dad said proudly, giving a thumbs up. "I can't vouch for much else, but in terms of character, Jessica's the best." "We can see how proud you are, sir," the MC smiled. "Now, please place your daughter's hand into the hands of the one she loves most." "Luke," her dad said, "take good care of each other from now on." Jessica looked at me with teary eyes, as if moved by her own performance. "It say came twos in these mauve des tous." No. We'd once dreamed of this moment countless times. Back then I joked, what if I couldn't hold back tears? She'd laughed, saying she'd tease me for life. "Jessica, today I won't be crying. Even if I looked at your face, I wouldn't feel a thing." Just as her palm was about to meet mine, the world shifted. Every light in the hall snapped off at once. Gasps filled the room, and then the giant screen in the center flickered on, playing the gift I'd prepared. It was the singles party video. Under the red lights, Jessica was too drunk to stand straight, clinging to Jason's neck in a heated kiss. Around them, the crowd was chanting, "Kiss! Kiss! Oh! Jessica, you're so brave! That's true love!" At last, they pulled apart. Jessica gazed into the camera, eyes hazy, and raised her glass high. "To youth!" the crowd echoed back. "To youth!" The chaotic video clashed sharply with the pin-drop silence of the wedding hall. I stood there, grinning as I watched it play. Watched Jessica's face turn pale, her lips trembling, her body shaking. People today follow a twisted logic. If you're cheated on, it's because you're weak, unattractive, deserving of mockery. Like blaming a robbery victim for not hiding their cash better instead of condemning the thief. But I refuse to accept that. I wasn't the one who betrayed love. I wasn't the one unfaithful. My only fault was trusting the wrong person. I was the victim here. I wasn't afraid of people knowing. If anything, I feared too few would. "Shut it off!" Jessica finally managed to croak. Nobody moved. She looked at me, tears streaming down. "Please! Turn it off, okay?" My buddies hauled Jason up to the stage. I stepped aside, leaving Jessica at his side. "To youth!" I raised my champagne. "To youth!" 7 or 8 of my friends echoed loudly. "To love!" I shouted with Jessica's drunken video self. "To love!" The groomsmen roared. "To 100 years together!" I added. "To 100 years!" my brothers cried, cracking open their bottles and dousing the pair in beer. "This is the daughter you raised?" The MC sneered. On the eve of her wedding, tangled with another man, what fine parenting. That line was like boiling oil poured on fire. The hall exploded with gossip. Smack! My father-in-law finally reacted, slapping Jessica across the face. You shameless thing. Jessica clutched her cheek, eyes red, head bowed, mute. He stormed up to me and muttered, Luke, our family wronged you, but in front of all these people, can't you... His plea was cut short by pounding footsteps. You bastard! Told me you were working late! A shrill woman's voice split the air before she even appeared. A crowd of burly men surged in, led by a tall woman. Jason's face drained. She's here? I invited your wife, I said, stepping up to fix his collar. You're a man? You don't mind, right? Jason's smile looked worse than a sob. Before I finished, a stiletto heel nailed him in the forehead, followed by a ringing slap. You leech! Eating my food, spending my money, and still cheating? His wife glanced at Jessica. This trash is who you picked? Jessica's makeup was a wreck. 2 black streaks down her face, she looked pitiful. You slut. His wife raised her hand again, but paused to glance at me, silently asking permission. I tore off my groom's boutonniere, gave her a courteous bow, and jumped off the stage. Free now, she swung hard. Smack! The slap rang out crisp and sharp. Divorce! She spat, then turned to leave. Jason panicked, dropping to his knees, clinging to her leg. No, baby, I'm sorry. Don't divorce me! Let go! She kicked him in the head, but he clung tighter. After this, you think I'd still live with you? It's her fault! Jason shrieked, jabbing a finger at Jessica. That bitch seduced me. I was just confused for a moment, baby. Jessica froze on stage, face blank. My father-in-law had slipped away unnoticed. Relatives pointed and whispered. A few local influencers shoved phones in Jessica's face, broadcasting a close-up. Here she is, folks. The one who lost both men in one night. Jessica trembled almost imperceptibly. Once, her tears would have torn me apart. But now, what does it matter to me? I drained the last of my champagne, catching her eyes over the rim. Jason was yanking her down, snarling. Say it! Tell her you seduced me first! Jessica stayed silent, head forced toward the floor. Just before she bent, her gaze darted to me. Her eyes were full of pleading, as if begging me to save her. I raised my glass toward her, to youth. What happened after? I can't say. A group of men dragged Jason out, his father-in-law swearing he'd beat the shit out of him. Jessica fled home sobbing, her gown shredded. That day's videos spread like wildfire through moments in group chats. In our small town, it became the scandal everyone knew. For years, Jessica would be blacklisted by matchmakers. I looked at the wreckage, let out a long breath, and went drinking with my brothers somewhere quiet. Man, that was the most satisfying thing in years. Yeah, we haven't brawled in forever. I even snuck in a few kicks at that bastard. Did you see how he cowered once his wife showed up? Can't believe Jessica ever wanted him. The mood chilled. A few buddies tugged Tony's sleeve, warning him off my sore spot. But drunk, he slurred louder. Luke beats that pretty boy. In every way, looks, career, and most of all, he actually cherishes his wife. She must have been blind. The guy next to Tony raised his glass to shut him up. Enough! Quit yapping. No one's calling you mute. Tony bristled. What? Did I say something wrong? Luke's had girls chasing him since school. What girls? I asked, puzzled. Jennifer. Remember her? She liked you forever. Jennifer Delaney. A short-haired, delicate face flashed in my mind. Bullshit. She was like my brother. Jennifer and I went way back classmates from elementary all the way to high school, always in the same class. She was a girl, sure, but her personality was bold. Easygoing, never fussy, so she fit right in with us. We'd skip class, play ball, hit the internet cafe, and always bring her along. Tony saying she liked me was nonsense. Between us, it had always been pure. The only odd thing was, in high school, one night she texted me her parents weren't home, and she was scared alone. I said, don't act like a wuss. You chug bottles of booze and now you're afraid of ghosts? She said, I just am. At the time, I was waiting for Dragon Ball to update just one more hour till Goku fought King Piccolo. I wasn't paying much attention. I told her, if you're scared, down 2 shots and pass out, you won't be afraid anymore. She said, Luke, do you never see me as a girl? Then she hung up, sounding angry. I figured maybe she really was scared, so I ran downstairs, hopped on my bike, and pedaled to her place half an hour straight. Woke up her grandma and dragged her over. See? Don't be afraid. I brought your grandma. Sweetie, her grandma said, holding out her arms. Come here. Don't be scared. Jennifer was overjoyed, too choked up to speak. I thought I'd done pretty well. No idea why, but she ignored me for more than a month after that. Oh, right. That also reminds me of something else. Still in high school, our teacher picked me for the 1,000-meter run at the school games. To place well, I practiced every day after school. One day, Jennifer said she'd train with me. I was a head taller. She always had to jog to keep pace. Just walking with me, no way she could run alongside. I didn't believe her. She insisted, told me to meet her at the gym that night. And wow, that night she showed up in a long white dress, leather shoes, hair curled. I was stunned. With that outfit, how were you supposed to run? Sure enough, less than a minute later, I'd left her far behind. Big man, huh? Lapping her 3 times. Tony was completely drunk, slumped in his chair. She told us later, you've got a brain like solid wood. I sighed. I get it now. Get what? She was still a girl, wearing a dress. The wind resistance alone slowed her, and I was in my Asics runners. It wasn't a fair fight. I should have eased up. Tony choked on his drink, coughing and pointing a trembling finger at me. Jennifer was right. You are a block of wood. All right, that's enough. Time to head home. We staggered out, hailing cabs. I saw each one off. With the last buddy, I said I'd pack a couple dishes for breakfast, told him to go on. Then I turned back into the private room. The moment the door closed, the emptiness and pain crashed in. I couldn't hold it anymore. My chest felt like it was splitting open. How could I pretend I was fine? It was 3 whole years of love. Jessica, in all that time, when did I ever wrong you? All those sweet words, all those vows, how many were true? Well, look at you, Mr. Mighty. A playful voice chimed. All an act, huh? You're really heartbroken. I looked up. A girl with long hair down her back stood there, watching me with interest. She wore an off-white sweater, pale skin glowing, a faint fragrance rising as she leaned closer. Her delicate features, with makeup, looked familiar. Jennifer? Well, look at that. You remember me. She smiled. At least you've got a bit of conscience. What are you doing here? I asked. Tony said you'd be hiding in the hotel crying, so I came for the show. I wasn't crying. Then what's this? She brushed a finger at the corner of my eye, and a tear clung to her pale fingertip. Heat rushed to my face. My whole body flushed. Wow, so grown up and you're blushing? Ha ha ha, you're blushing! You're so cute! She laughed, covering her mouth. She reached out to pull me up, but I was too drunk. Legs useless. Instead, she tumbled right into my lap. I swear I wasn't trying anything, my legs just gave out. Our faces were less than an inch apart. I could smell the sweet tang of her lipstick. The air froze. Jennifer stared at me, blinking her big eyes. Your face is red too, I said. Don't look. She slapped a hand over my eyes. Then my phone rang. She slipped a hand into my pocket, pulled it out. Your wife's calling, not wife, ex-wife. Oh, your ex then. Want to answer? Hang up. Don't. I want to hear what she says. She answered and held it to my ear, leaning close so her own ear brushed in. Hello? Jessica's sobs shrieked like a whistle, stabbing my eardrum. I flinched. What the hell is wrong with you? Honey, I'm sorry. I was wrong. She was gasping between sobs. Please, forgive me. Just this once. Just once. I'll never do it again. Now I finally know how important you are. You're the good man. The one worth cherishing. Jennifer grinned at me, face saying, let's see what you'll do. I hung up on the spot. Jessica called again. I blocked her. Then a long essay buzzed in, scrolling down. It never ended. Screen after screen. I was wrong. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Attached was a short video, shot in my house. Jessica in an apron, a full table of dishes laid out. Her father beaming into the camera, sucking up. Luke, it's late. Why aren't you home yet? I rolled my eyes, speechless. Wow, looks delicious. Jennifer leaned in, her hair tickling my face. I want some too. I said, sure, I'll take you to eat right now if you dare. And when the time comes, how will you explain our relationship? She looked at me, eyes sparkling, smiling like a little fox. We walked and chatted. Talked about the past, classmates, and everything that happened after we parted. Did you know the little shop owner and his wife divorced? The fat guy who guarded the sausage grill and glared if you asked for more sauce. Heard he cheated with a cafeteria lady. Got caught total drama. Remember Kristen? Always skipping class to play CS? Now she's writing novels and getting flamed by tons of readers. And Carlos, he used to weigh over 200 pounds. Now he's a fitness coach. His biceps are bigger than my head. The evening breeze chilled Jennifer. She rubbed her arms and leaned against me. Cold? I took off my jacket and draped it over her. She laughed. Finally figured it out. Back then, when you dragged my grandma over, you really pissed me off. I scratched my nose, embarrassed. We reached the snack street near our high school. It was evening study time. So the street was quiet, but vendors were already warming up, fragrant smells drifting through the air. Want to grab a bite? Jennifer shook her head, tugging me forward. I remember there used to be an arcade here. Still around? Yeah, I remember. We used to rush here after class. Ha! There it is! Jennifer waved excitedly. Come play a couple rounds! I laughed and agreed. We played Dynasty Warriors. My Zhang Fei got wiped out in the first stage. Jennifer, though, hadn't lost her touch. With Zhuge Liang, she rescued the baby, cut down Yan Liang, captured Meng Huo. Not only didn't she die once, she racked up enough points for 2 extra lives. Soon a crowd had gathered. Not bad, I said. You're still this good. Of course. Jennifer raised an eyebrow smugly. You weren't this bad before. Back then, I practiced all the time. Of course I was good. Haven't touched it in ages. Judging from your skills, you still play a lot. You must really love the 3 kingdoms! She sighed. You really think I liked games? That's why I followed you to the arcade? Oh, so you liked Zhuge Liang. Get lost! After dropping Jennifer home, it was close to midnight when I got back. To my surprise, Jessica's family was still there. The living room lights blazed. As soon as Jessica saw me, she jumped up to take my bag. You must be exhausted. Waiting so long the food's gone cold? I'll heat it up, I sneered. You kidding me? Playing the good wife now? What the hell are you doing in my house? Jessica glanced at her dad. He quickly grinned. Luke, give Jessica a chance to change. Young people make mistakes, but she promises never again. Jessica nodded frantically. My hand grew hot. She shoved an envelope at me. What's this? It's a written guarantee. Without even looking, I crushed it into a ball. Get the hell out! Jessica burst into tears. I really love you. Please forgive me. Just this once. I can't live without you. I tried to pull away, but she clung tight. My temples throbbed. I felt on the verge of a breakdown. Well, what's all this noise? Jennifer had come back without me noticing. Why are you here again? I asked. She held up my jacket. You forgot this. Jessica's face twisted, snapping. Who the hell is this woman? What's it to you? I shot back. Jennifer, loving the drama, looped her arm through mine and purred. Yeah, Luke. Who is this woman? Let go! Jessica shoved her hard. Jennifer feigned weakness, wrapping her arms around my waist, chin pressed to my back. Luke, I'm scared this lady's so fierce. I almost laughed. Luke, tell me who she is. Jessica roared, glaring like she'd eat me alive. What's it to you? I said. Jennifer mimicked me. Yeah, what's it to you? Get out! Jessica panted. So, Luke, when did this start? I couldn't be bothered to explain, just snorted. This time, Jennifer didn't echo me. Hands on her hips, she snapped. Oh, so you can chase your white moonlight, but I can't have mine? I froze, glancing at her. She didn't meet my eyes, but her ears were red. Bitch! Jessica shrieked, lunging. Save me, big brother Luke! Jennifer cried, hugging my waist. Protect me! I grabbed Jessica's hand and shoved her toward the door. Enough! Get out! Don't understand plain words? Jessica's eyes brimmed red, a bitter smile curling. If I leave now, I'll never come back. Think carefully. Deal, I said. You! I slammed the door in her face. She cooks well, Jennifer said, already at the table with a bowl of soup. Want some? No. I waved her off. I filled up on tea. When did you drink tea? She teased, then mimicked. Big brother, protect me. I mocked her voice. Not enough green tea, girl, for you? Shut up! Jennifer huffed. I just helped you get revenge, and you're already turning on me? I raised my bowl. All right, I'll toast you. Bottoms up. Halfway through eating, she set her chopsticks down. Hey, tell me about your ex. What about her? How you met? How you got together? Why do you want to know? I just do. So I told her everything, detail by detail. Less than 10 minutes in, Jennifer shot up. I don't want to hear it anymore. You're annoying. Huh? While I sat stunned, she grabbed her bag and stormed out. I rushed after her. I'll walk you home. No need. Just go back. Why are you mad? I'm not mad. Why would I be mad? Mad at what? Really not mad? Not at all. So I should go back? Go, hurry up, go. Then why are you just standing there? Aren't you leaving? I patted my pockets. Left in a rush, forgot my keys. Jennifer sniffed. Serves you right. Can I crash at your place? In your dreams. Next morning, I woke to the sound of someone getting ready. Jennifer was up early, putting on lipstick in the mirror. Morning, I yawned. It's not early, get up. She stared at her reflection, focused. I grabbed my phone off the couch. It's only 8. That is early. That place is popular. You've got to line up first thing. What place? You forgot already? You promised me a big feast last night. I vaguely remembered during our chat, she'd mentioned it. I was half asleep and just kept going, Luckily, it was only agreeing to dinner, not signing some contract of servitude. Then it hit me. After buying the house and paying the bride price, I only had a couple hundred left in my account. This month's mortgage wasn't even covered. I'd hoped to recoup some costs from the wedding, but it never happened, and I returned all the gift money. I quickly checked my balance between WeChat and Alipay. I had 18 yuan. Not even enough for a Jihu membership. Sweat broke out on my forehead. Just then, my phone rang. Jessica's mom. First thing in the morning? Really? Hello? Luke, where are you? Jessica's in trouble. She wants to see you one last time. I jumped. What the hell are you talking about? Explain! Hurry! She only wants to see you! Jessica tried to kill herself! She sobbed, then sent me a video. A montage of me and Jessica's past. Frame after frame of our time together. The cheesy background music made it even worse. When it ended, silence filled the room. Jennifer was still putting on makeup. With the speakerphone on, she had definitely heard. Jessica's in trouble, I said. She wants me to go. Should I? Jennifer's hand faltered slightly, but she kept her back to me. Whatever. I'm not your anything. Why ask me? I sighed, grabbed my jacket. Wait for me at the restaurant. I'll be right back. By the time I got there, it was nearly noon. Jennifer sat in a corner, stabbing at her noodles with chopsticks like voodoo. I sat down, grinning sheepishly. Sorry to keep you waiting. She turned away, ignoring me. Still mad? Why are you even here? To have lunch with my girlfriend. Who's your girlfriend? I handed her my phone. What's this? Watch. I added 2 dishes to the order. I didn't want you thinking I still had feelings for her, so I recorded everything. On the video, Jessica sat pale and trembling on a windowsill. Stay back or I'll jump! She turned to me, sobbing. Will you only be satisfied if I die? I said, cut the act. You live on the 2nd floor, at most you'd break a leg. You're not dying. And even if you did, what's it to me? Oh. And if you do, don't forget to invite me to the funeral. I'll send extra wreaths. Jessica climbed down, grabbed my hand, and softened her voice. I know you're angry. Otherwise, you wouldn't have come. You still love me, right? I yanked my hand back and wiped it with an alcohol swab. You're right about one thing that video reminded me. I scrolled frame by frame. Look at how much money I spent on you all these years. Now I don't even have enough to buy my girlfriend lunch. The bride price, the gold jewelry, return it all. Or I'll sue you. Damn it, give me back my money. Jennifer burst out laughing. You're so bad! Not mad anymore? I asked. She straightened her face. I can't be bothered to be mad. Then she added, if you'd been 1 minute later, we'd be done. Done? We've got a lifetime ahead. How could it be done? Smooth talker. After eating, we strolled the streets. I'd been here with Jessica before. Wow, look, a temple. Jennifer tugged my hand. Let's draw a fortune slip. It was the same temple, crowded with tourists. I stood again beneath the tree, covered in wooden plaques. Jennifer closed her eyes, shaking the bamboo stick with solemn devotion. Please, Bodhisattva, please. I leaned in. What did you wish for? I gave my wish to you, she said. I wish that all your dreams come true. My heart melted into a puddle. We walked to where we'd once hung our plaques, but the old one was gone. My chest stirred. I looked up at the solemn Buddha statue, eyes cast down in serene compassion. Since the gods gave me a second chance, I won't waste it. I'll still believe in love. I still have the courage to start over. I just hope it's not too late. Holding Jennifer's hand, I wrote, I will love her with everything I have. Let every god bear witness.